Today I'll be introducing Josephine, one of Malaysians IFBB pro competitor and the only female and the first female IFBB pro competitor from Malaysia. Josephine,
Hello.
Would you mind introducing yourself?
Hello everyone, I am Josephine Yeong. I am a bodybuilding competitor in the bikini category, and then I am also a Pilates instructor and also a personal trainer. Yeah, so that's where am I.
Where are you from, Josephine?
Actually I'm from Ipoh. I'm from Ipoh. Yeah, but now I am based in KL.
So your personal training, does it run in KL only, or there's different parts of KL that you train at, only a specific place?
I mostly in KL, but I also stretch out to like PJ, Damansara, yeah.
So you're like a freelancer lah.
Yeah, I do freelancing, yes, correct.
So you teach Pilates as well, and as well as personal training.
Yeah, and now currently also I'm also doing online coaching. Yeah.
So how about I from our last sessions, which didn't really work out, I realized that that you are also a dancer. Would you mind elaborating on your dancing side of story?
Well, I started dancing when I was the age of 5. So it's just something that I do all the time since young. So I continued dancing. I studied dance in university actually. So I've always been into like movements. Yeah, so that is my core strength, movements and a lot of physical things, right? But I think I told you before in the previous life, my career in dance wasn't very good because I have always been the chubby dancer, and I couldn't shred off the fat no matter how, like, what kind of diet that I do. I thought that I've been, during my university time, I used to dance 6 to 8 hours a day, but I still looking like, chubby. I was not able to lose all those weight, which is why when I came out, like, from university, become a professional dancer, it's very, very tough for me to look for a job because, everybody wants a lean dancer. All right. I'm a little bit on the chubby side. It's not so nice. It's very difficult for me to get a job. So it was a very, very depressing time for me because, no matter how well I've done in my university, came out and I just lost everything. I couldn't have a good like career in dance, which leads me to having like depression. I was having depression for 1 year because I didn't know what I want. It's so hard for me to find a job that allows me to dance. I have to go on like teaching dance instead, which is not something that I am very, very passionate about. I am a person who I myself need to go out and perform it, right? So I went to depression. So, and then to a point that I say no to myself, I cannot be so upset about myself. I need to start making changes. I need to try something that I've never tried before, which is going to the gym. I used to hate the gym and I don't believe in the gym. And I thought that, it's useless. It's pointless to go to the gym since I exercise 6 hours a day, right? Why would I even still want to go to the gym? But I decided to step into the gym. That's when everything changes. At the same time, also during that period, I went to join Pilates classes and I really enjoy it because it's very close to my dance background. So I become a Pilates instructor. I continue working out and changing my body in the gym. Yeah, so that's how I started my entire journey from dancer to fitness. I can't hear you. You are mute. You are mute.
So no, because usually I put my side mute because then you will be clear. Apparently that's the rule of Zoom.
Then you have to just keep clicking like you feel. Yeah.
Okay. So you studied dancing, yeah, the performing arts, yeah. Where did you study that?
I studied in Aswara, Academy Seni Budaya dan Warisan Kebangsaan. I
Wow.
think now they call it University P. Ramlee. Yeah.
That's great. It's quite a yeah. Did you have a specific genre or something that you were doing? Because I saw you like I saw pictures of you doing ballet and stuff like that, or were you an overall performer?
In my university in Aswara, we have to learn everything. But at the end of your degree, we have to you can choose what you want to focus on. Basically, I focus on classical dances. I am ballet trained, so I did ballet, classical ballet. But I also did like classical Malay dance, classical Indian dance, classical Chinese dance. Yeah, for my final project. So I am mainly focusing on classical dances. Yeah.
So from dancing to bodybuilding, it's like a whole thread of sounds like a lot of challenges and obstacles you may have faced transitioning, you know. So like could you have you had such problems, or have you had such challenges and obstacles transitioning? Could you explain that, because it's two different things. It's like from elegant to hardcore, you know.
Yeah, there is some time to adjust the transition. Um, to me, well, even when I was dancing, I'm quite hardcore. Yeah, I train myself very, very hard. That's why going to the gym and training is not very difficult for me. So in terms of um, the training part, I don't feel um, is too much of too much of a changes, too much of a transition for me. But the transition comes from how people look at me, because from a dancer, a lot of dancer, I used to have that thought, right? If you are a dancer, you cannot lift weights, because if you lift weights, you're going to be bulky, and then you're going to be very tight. Your muscles are going to
Yeah,
be very tight. You can't stretch your body anymore. So there was a lot of influence from outside. My lecturers, my friends were coming to me like, Joe, please don't do that, because that is going to ruin your dance career forever. And I just remember telling them that is all myth. I'm going to prove to you all that I can do both. I can still dance, and I can still lift weights, and I can still be flexible. In fact, I want to tell everybody that actually lifting weights are very good for dancer. But a lot of the Malaysian dancers, especially, they are not so strong because they have never ever lifted one single weight in their life. They don't do
yeah.
resistance training, so they're actually pretty weak. Yeah, so there's a point that I want to make to them, and I am very grateful that, you know, how I got my pro card was the competition that I won was the fitness category, which I need to perform a routine, a 2 minutes dance routine. So I really show that was a point that I want to prove to everyone I can still be like strong and fit. um I can still dance, I can still be very, very flexible. Yeah.
Okay, so despite all of this, being an IFBB pro competitor, yeah, would have been very life changing and a proud moment for you, I believe. So, like, you know, I just want you to gloat today. I just want you to show it off, because people, I'm sure a lot of people will be empowered. Could you like give a quick explanation of what IFBB is and what is the deal about it? And could you just flash your pro card and explain a little bit on how you became, how do you become a IFBB pro competitor, and why is it a proud thing? I want other people to understand it.
Okay. Now, if you can see, yeah, at the back, you can see my pro card there. It's a very big piece of
Yeah.
a pro card. Now, what is IFBB? IFBB is the biggest and most renowned bodybuilding federation in the world. If you know or ever heard about like Olympia, you know like Arnold Schwarzenegger won the Olympia champion. So
Fun fact,
IFBB,
just like to add on here, Arnold Schwarzenegger was also into Pilates.
Yeah, yeah. He also
Yeah.
do Pilates. He also do dance, ballet. Yeah, he did ballet
Yeah.
also. So, so IFBB is the only federation that is they organize this Olympia. So being able to go under IFBB, it is I would say it's very prestigious lah. Like IFBB is a very very high standard. They set a very high standard. So it is not easy to compete in IFBB because that is everybody wants to go to the Olympia stage. So how do you get the IFBB Pro card, right? Is you must compete in a pro qualifier competition. So from the pro qualifier competition, you must win the overall champion. Then only they will give you the pro card. Yeah, so you'll be competing with people from all over around the world to get the pro card.
That's amazing. So I'm just honored to have you, speaking to me and sharing your experience, because I've always looked up to you. I followed your journey. Completely amazing. And I personally love Pilates because I've had friends who do Pilates. I believe that if you have Pilates as a base, you can do almost every exercise.
Correct.
Because it creates a lot of mind-muscle connection. It creates a lot of mind-body awareness. And it sort of like strengthens your baby steps. So lifting weights, it's not going to be that hard of a thing for you.
Correct.
And you can also avoid injury. I'm very passionate about it. I do, and as you said, most Malaysian dancers, I have actually done a write-up about this for. Actually, resistance training could strengthen them, because being a dancer, I believe there's a lot of movements that you have to make your body do, which is not natural. So prolonged sessions of those could lead to injuries. When you are not paying attention to it, you don't give care to it. So I believe you are right. You are absolutely right. Amazing input when you say dancers should be training, should be working on extra. Yes, amazing. I love that fact. Okay. So moving on. Okay. I want to ask you, so this is a little bit personal. It's okay if you don't want to answer it. Okay. So like, transitioning and going through what you're going through, depression and stuff like that. Besides that, did you face like any of this body shaming, bullying, or some hate that came towards you, or any other politics that came towards you throughout your journey of becoming a pro competitor?
I mean, for sure, there is like people who don't like you, who like have hatreds and everything. Well, like becoming a competitor, not everybody likes the body of a bikini competitor. Some people, they just don't like to see muscles and whatever. You will get strangers coming to you and telling you that I don't want to look like you. Then I'm like,
Oh my God.
fine, yeah. I get people telling me that. It's like you get people telling me, oh, is that a man?
Oh no, man, that's so
Yeah.
bad.
So I will just laugh it off lah. To me, I'll just laugh it off because, like, in my mind, I always remember what Arnold Schwarzenegger say. You don't like how the way I look. It's okay because you will never look like me,
Yeah, I
right?
love that,
You
man.
will never work as hard as me. You will never get the body that I have right now. So whatever, right? So yeah, so it is quite common that people come to me, even like people ask me for like personal training. It's like, I want to train with you, but I don't want to look like you. It's like, all right, fine, we'll train the other way, right? And competitor, for sure, that there's like always there is competition. And I do know that because I actually my journey in bodybuilding has been quite smooth and easy, and a lot of people have a lot of hatreds and jealousy that like how come I can get my pro card so quickly, because the truth is I get my pro card within a month from the first day I start competing. Okay, I joined 2018. I joined my first competition in March, the last day of March. That was my first competition, and then within 4 weeks time, I won my pro card. And
Yeah.
end of April. So a lot of people is like saying, who is this woman? So for sure, there's a lot of people who are unhappy. Yeah, a lot of them say it's like, oh, she just got lucky. Like, how can she be so lucky that she came in and then she won
But
everything?
I can understand why you won with your physique. I've seen your physique. I believe your genetic, maybe, because I don't believe in genetic. I always feel like you can change your genetic if you're hardworking. Okay, this is my compliment to you.
Hey,
Okay, and you have been very hardworking. Number one. Second, I feel like you have stepped off from where great people have stepped off in bodybuilding, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like you said yourself, Pilates, a mixture and an understanding and a mixture and understanding of body mechanics and proper science in bodybuilding. I believe you have a balance of all that, and it paid off. Most people won't do this because most people feel like, they often give in to the stereotype that dancing is for girls, Pilates is for girls, but actually it's not.
yeah,
That
I
yeah,
believe so. Yeah, because of
yeah,
my different knowledge, it just helped me so much in finding the right way to train, and then uh, because
it showed.
also
Yeah,
finding the aesthetic, because because of my dance background, everything is about aesthetic. It helps a
yeah,
lot. Because of my dance background, and Pilates, I'm able to pose. I know,
yeah.
the angle and everything. Yeah.
I believe the Pilates helped you a lot with posing. Yeah,
Yes, a lot. And you
yeah,
bodybuilding, you get injury. Pilates is one of the best way to prevent for injury and recover from the injury. So it's really, really important. And you once you understand, Pilates, you know how to use your mind body connection much, much better. So you don't have to lift like crazily heavy weights. You still get the stimulation. Yeah. So
yeah.
one of the best thing. Yeah.
Okay, so right now we're going to move to the main event where I'm going to ask you a series of questions where we're going to do a little bit of debunking. Okay, we're going to beat a little bit of stereotypes. So coming from you, I believe it will be. So I want a personal trainer, the science, the bodybuilder, the fitness side of you to answer this. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. What do you think about people who say women will become too bulky and scary if they start working out? Is it true that you start looking like a man, or is it like even real that you just start lifting weight and you start becoming like so huge and scary?
I always laugh. I always get this question. The answer is no. Okay, a female will never look like a male. All right. The female body just do not have enough testosterone to build that much amount of muscle. It is impossible. If you see all these pictures circling around, that is all these female bodybuilders that is looking like a man, they are abnormal. Okay, they are taking some kind of drugs to increase their testosterone to achieve that. So if we are a normal female who don't take any of these additional testosterones and drugs, you will never ever have the body that looks like a man. Your face won't change to become like a man. It is impossible. It took me like years to build the muscles. And
Yeah,
yeah, it's not easy to build the muscles. And during MCO 3 months, you don't exercise, your muscles just shrink. That's the nature of our body, right? So like you need to train like really, really hard to build the muscle. It's not as easy as like people think. Oh, if I lift heavy, then immediately I'll become a man. No, there's no such thing. It's impossible. Yeah.
yeah, because I and actually I read a research recently. I will share the findings with you later.
Mhm.
It is found that, yeah, when it comes to building muscle, yeah, slow, but when it comes to losing fat, women actually lose fat faster, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah,
It is
women
true, right?
can lose weight faster than a man. Yeah.
Okay. So as a woman, what do you think will be the health benefits for you, and what are the health benefits that you have received working out and doing resistance training and being fit?
I think for a woman, it is, I think for everybody, resistance training is very important if you want to look good. A lot of people make that mistake of like, if I want to lose weight, I will just do cardio. I am the living proof, right? I used to do cardio 6 hours a day and I still look like so bad, right? And chubby. And I didn't know what was the reason. And then once I started working out in the gym, only I realized, oh, because all this while my muscle mass was so low. So if ever anybody who wants to like really look good, like you want to look toned, you can't be just doing cardio. You need to do resistance training. And there's a lot more benefit for female, not only looking good, it also helps with your metabolism. Like female always try to diet. You want to lose weight, you just eat salad. Now, there's a better way to do it, which is increasing your muscle mass. Then your body will lose weight much easier. And once your muscle mass is higher, your metabolism is higher, you are allowed to eat a little bit more. So, it's beneficial for our body. Yeah. So there's of course, it's also good for the bones. It helps you to lose weight fast. So yeah, to be honest, I can't find something bad about resistance training. Yeah, you just need to train it the right way. That's it. Yeah.
Okay, so moving on. Like, is there such thing as woman exercise? Some people come to me, yeah, I'm a personal trainer and you're a personal trainer. I'm sure you have got these times where people come to you and say like, oh, itu perempuan punya exercise, saya tak mau buat. This is a male exercise, can you give me like a girl exercise? For example, when they are doing like one of the person I knew, I was giving my client bench press. She was a female. So we know the mechanics between the push and pull exercises, okay? So she was progressing. So this guy came to me and he said like, isn't that a guy's exercise? You know?
Yeah.
So I've also had like girls coming and asking me, why you training your female clients like men? Is there such thing? And can you explain if there is such thing or there is not such thing? Could you explain and elaborate why?
I feel so funny. Because there was once I went to the gym, I was doing a overhead tricep extension, and a man came to me and said, "Why are you doing this exercise? Do you know, like, he said, do you know female cannot build tricep?" I'm like, huh? What do you mean?
I'm not even going to comment on that.
So let me explain. There is no difference. Okay, the male and female body, the muscles anatomy is exactly the same. Okay, the only thing that differentiate a man and a woman is only their genital. Okay, other than that, all our muscle structures are the same, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So how is it possible that a man have a different exercise and a female have a different exercise? It's impossible. Like just now the story that I told you. How is it possible a female doesn't have a tricep? If a female doesn't have a tricep, we cannot straighten our hand anymore.
Yeah.
So like there is no such thing that this is a man exercise, that is a female exercise. All ladies should do chest press because you need to be strong at your chest muscle. If other parts are strong and your chest muscles are not strong, you're going to have you're going to face injury, you're going to be very weak. So there's no such things. But of course, there is a different, people look for different aesthetic, right? Like men always like to have a thick chest. So if that is what you want, then you can focus a little bit more on the chest. And ladies want nice glutes, then ladies will usually do more glutes exercise compared to a man. So that is the only difference. Depending on what you prefer, then you train a little bit harder. But every part of our body, we should always train it. We should not think that, okay, that is not important, I don't need to train it. We need to train every single part of our body.
Okay. Okay, last question. Okay. I have done a write-up about it, this also, but I want to hear it from you, okay? A lot of girls feel like if I start working out too much, or if I start, first of all, I know there is no such thing as working out too much if you do it right. Second thing is, if you start working out, you do this one, oh, I will lose my breasts, like they feel like they will lose this one. And what could you explain that how frequent that this happens, or how it happens, and is there a way that you can still work out and not disturb that area, or stuff like that? Anything that is related to that, the science, your experience, and
Okay.
what do you have to say?
Okay, the breast. Okay. We need to start with understanding what makes up the breast, right? It's fats. Okay. So if your target is you want to lose a lot of fat, then it is very difficult to prevent from losing the fat from the chest, because the body just do not know where does the fat store. Okay, there is no spot reduction. So if you lose fat, the body will lose fat from the entire body. Okay, so you can't pick and say, okay, I just want to lose this part, I just want to lose that part. So it is a thing that is quite normal. Everybody, if you lose weight, you will start seeing the breast start losing. So it's a give and take lah. Or I would always suggest that take your time slowly. If you lose weight very drastically, you don't have control. The body is just, everything just go out. But if you take things, you lose weight slowly, you do resistance training, okay, you do weightlifting, then the muscles around your chest is going to be much firmer. Okay, so it will give you the illusion that it's more perky and lifted. All right, so yeah, I think anybody who wants to lose weight but don't want to lose those chest muscle, you need to do resistance training to just firm up the muscles, so that when you lose when you are fat, when you lose weight very quickly, what is going to happen, you're going to have saggy skin, right? Sagging skin. So that is when you don't want it to sag, right, ladies? So you don't want it to sag, so you should do resistance training to just, you need to hold it up firmly and lift it up. Yeah. So there's no way to prevent it becoming smaller, but it can always makes it look, like lifted and firm. Yeah.
Yeah. Usually, um, this is a stereotype built by people who usually. Actually, I feel like when it comes to fitness, stereotype is these kind of stereotypes, especially for people who didn't know what they were doing, and they ended up having negative impact on themselves. So they spread the word that this does this.
Yeah.
And also all the imagery that is out there in Instagram, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Yeah, I think people just need to research a little bit more before they say something that will scare everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Josephine, we are done here, but before we finish, I would like you to tell me a little advice. No, first I would like you to tell me what are your future plans like in terms of bodybuilding and fitness, and also I would like you to give a social message and advice, a motivational quote to everyone who's going to watch this as a takeaway. Could you do that?
All right. So let's start with the first one. What is my future plan? Okay, 2020, I do not have any competition. I don't think so, because it's just way too dangerous to travel overseas, because I can't compete in Malaysia anymore. All my competitions will be like international. So it's way too dangerous, but I am already starting to, like work out, to really starting to prep my body before the real competition prep. Yeah. So hopefully 2021, it will, like, the whole COVID-19 situation will be much better. Then for sure I will compete in 2021 if it's stable already. But now I'm just slowly, building up the momentum, getting into, at least 80% of the shape I want already before I want to choose a competition show to prep for. And so last, what I need to advise everybody. I mean, ladies, this is for the ladies out there, right? Do not be afraid to lift weights. That is very, very important. Do not make the mistake like me, like thinking that if I only do cardio, then you will lose weight. Yes, for sure you will lose weight, but you will also look like you are skinny fat. And I think a lot of times female have a image problem, self-image problem. They want to look like somebody that is not them. You look at all this celebrity, you want to look like this celebrity, but unfortunately everybody's body is built very differently. I used to think like that too. I want to look skinny, right? I want to look skinny, but it took me a long while to understand my genetic is not like that. I am quite short and I build muscles quite easily. I got short muscles. So I always look like bulky, but you need to start looking inside of you and find what's good about you. I found out that the good thing about me is I build muscles easier than most girls. I have strong legs, I have strong glutes. So this is my advantage. I shouldn't be hating myself because I have a thick glutes and I have a thick thighs. I think there's a lot of female, oh, I want a small thigh, I want a small thigh, you know. If it's your genetic, I mean, of course you can change it, as you can see my pictures, I can change it, but there is certain thing that you can't change that much. You just need to accept it and make it better instead of hating yourself and like go on a crazy diet, just eat salad every single day and screw up your metabolism and all this stuff. You need to learn. I mean, if you do not know how to do all this stuff, always consult a personal trainer. Ask somebody who has the knowledge. I think that's very important. Even though, like, I used to make this mistake, I listen to people, right? I listen to my friends, talk about, oh, okay, you should try this, maybe you should eat this, maybe you should drink this tea, take these pills, right? But I never go and ask a professional. And it was the day that I stepped into the gym, I talked to some trainers, and then I started learning. It's like, oh, I've been making all this mistake all this while. So yeah, don't make all this mistake. If you don't know, then you go and ask somebody who knows it. Don't ask your friends who also do not look as good as you, right? Yeah. So that's my biggest advice lah.
Bro science, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of bro science. No, do you know auntie science also a lot?
Auntie science.
Yeah, auntie science telling you like don't eat rice after 6 o'clock.
I have a few auntie signs left, but my mother is in front of me, so I can't say it.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you so much. It was a great session, Josephine. I hope more women think like you, and an amazing message to everybody. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, you do the honors of ending the call, lah.
Huh? Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Finally, we done it. Finally. Okay.